So I did a video about a month ago, yeah, and I went into a review of the game, and it was a initial review in the first couple of days. The reason why I did it so early, because the game was already progressing so fast that for anyone to actually go out of the way and play the game, they would have to make a decision pretty fast, because the power curve was already way beyond anything you would imagine within the first week. And this is done on purpose. They want you to get an insane team almost without any real effort, and progression is still there, and I'll get into why they've made it even tougher to progress to the next level. You can get a decent team, but to get to a very good team is quite hard to really achieve. There is a serious problem with FC 24 or FIFA 24, and we're going to go into it here. So tell me down below in the comments your thoughts on the game so far in the first month. Now, to give some context, even though people don't believe I played a game, I gave it a go, of course, and I'm still giving it a go, and I'm playing in a way that I want to play. I am using Burnley players, evolutions. I think that is the way that I want to enjoy the game and will make me play it for longer. To give some context of how long I've played it, I've actually pretty much got the level 40 Mateus Cunha. I actually have played a game, so before someone says that I'm just doing a rant video for the sake of it, I'm actually playing the game. I'm going far on rivals, I'm going far on champs, I'm giving it a go, I'm giving it a chance, right? Because at the end of the day, I am still a football fan, and I do enjoy playing FIFA for the first month or so, because that is when you get the most satisfaction of improving your team. So, after me playing a game for the first month, I've given all objectives, SBCs a go, game modes a go. Let's break down into what I believe is the main fundamental concerns about this game. I will go into the main positive. For me, and this is something that's caused a lot, and I mean a lot, of debate online. Fundamentally, Evolutions is the best feature that EA have implemented into a FIFA game or FC game since FUT Champions and SBCs. For me, this is the sole reason why I'm still playing this game. Without it, I would not. Mainly because as a Burnley fan, and this is me being relatively selfish, because Burnley is a team that's not the best, but not bad enough that our players with an evolution would actually turn into good players. Mike Trezor is a fantastic card with his evolution. Nathan Redmond is a pretty decent card with an evolution. Josh Brownhill, you can get some good players with a Burnley team and turn them into somewhat usable cards. Now, are they fully meta? No, but that's not the point. I want to make a team and play the game to a stage that I can get a full Burnley team, and that is why I'm persisting with the game, really. Now, people may say that it's not good enough for them. People who do play the game a lot, the more sweaty, ratty players, people like to say rat a lot, so that's what they kind of relate them to. They say that it's not good enough for my team. I can't get any of these players into my team, and that is partially a you problem, of course, because if your team's amazing, then it may not be for you. You may say that, oh, I want to have a go of it as well, but if your team's amazing, you put a lot of time into the game, then, you know, they can't just give everyone an insane meta card just like that. There is one problem with it, though, that I am a bit concerned, and that is the fact that we've already gone from it being a 50k purchase of the premium evolution to now being 75,000 coins. This already increasing in the first month of the game is rather concerning. Mainly because it gives me a reason to believe that they will continue rising it. I mean, Christ, when it reaches Team of the Year, there's no reason to say that it can't be a 100k or 150k Team of the Year evolution. That you can get a player that is a maximum, let's say, 84, 83 rated, and you can actually go and improve them to maybe being an 88, 89 rated card. Now, how much could that be? Probably quite a lot. And they have really full control on what they can do for that evolution. They can charge you 200k, they can charge you 2,000 FIFA points or FC points, they can charge you 20, 25 quid, and it's up to you if that decision is worth it. For most people it won't, and that's my concern, that they will start pricing out people. At 50k to 1,000 FC for £8, for me, £8 is worth it so that I can keep playing the game in the way that I want to. I won't enjoy the game too much if I am not playing at the team that I want to play with, and I don't want to have the same experience as everyone else. I want to be using my own players that I love, and that's what I'm going to continue with. For £8, I can stomach it. Of course, EA has to make their money, hence why they exist, but I do see a problem that down the line this can start pricing people out, because young people may be led down spending money in the game that I feel like shouldn't be there in the first place. And if they price them out by coins too much, then I think that could become a problem in the future. So what should be an amazing game mode, and the idea is the best feature since FUT Champions and the SBCs, I hope they don't kill it and do EA things and price people out of it. My main fundamental issue that I have right now is the fact that after a month of playing a game, that I'm experiencing the same problem that I've experienced in every single FIFA since the dawn of time. And that is simply inconsistent gameplay. I don't want to speak too much about it. It's rather boring to talk about, and also the main issue is I can't prove it. You know, I can show you gameplay, but that doesn't mean anything. However, if you put a game, you probably experience the same as me. You know that when you play a game of FIFA, predominantly maybe in the evening, the gameplay is just different. The gameplay is much more heavier. Your players feel like they're playing on ice. Your first touch dribbling is nowhere near as smooth. They kind of just stutter and delay and then take a touch, when beforehand they would take 1 or 2, 3 little small touches, but then they take one big touch followed by another big touch, and it just makes the overall experience not just not enjoyable, but also frustrating, because you know how these players should feel, and that's why you got them in your team, because they can do these things. They can dribble the ball in a certain way, and when you play with a game in the evening, or really most times during the weekend, it just is a unenjoyable experience. So that's my real take on that, because I don't want to speak too much on it. The main issue that next up, there are some big issues when it comes to glitches. Of course, with this game, we all know that even though it's not FIFA, it's FC 24, it's the same game fundamentally. By the coding, it's the same game. And when you add something new to the game, for example, something such as playstyles, it's only obvious that they will come with some sort of glitches and mistakes later down the line. And what we found in the last 48 hours was you can do the skill move with a player that has a Trickster Plus playstyle, and this would glitch and basically glue the ball to the player's hand or to their thigh. They can just simply run across the entire pitch, and there's nothing that you can do to stop them. I mean, I guess you could take them out, maybe slide tackle them if you can, but they are quite fast because technically the ball is not at their feet. And even if you do stop them, they'll just do it again, and they're not playing football. And this was a thing that was on the game for nearly almost a full day, about 20 odd hours. And if this was a pack glitch where people got 3 packs, then you know that they would have fixed it within 5 minutes. Now, this isn't a massive issue because it was frustrating for a day. However, it makes me believe that what else is there that can also be abused, because as I said earlier, the coding is the same as last year, which means that the people that made the coding, the initial foundation code a game, was at EA about a decade ago. It's the same coding that's been there since probably FIFA 17 actually. So that's 6 years. The same people that worked there then are probably not there now. So can he fix it? No. So that's a big problem that I have, that I think there'll be a lot more happening with playstyles throughout the entire year. Number 2 as well, along the same lines of the same old coding with new features will only cause more glitches. There's a clip here by Wayback HD where you can literally go out and evo a card. You can go and turn a card into an evo premium, which he has done with his 83 rated German, and he can't play with this card because for some reason there's a glitch that when you complete the evolution, his playstyles get removed. And for whatever reason, the game doesn't recognize the card, and therefore they kick him out of every single game that he plays. Now, this isn't just an evolution card, which he put time and effort into. This is a premium, which means that he spent money or coins. So he spent 75,000 coins or 1,500 FC points, which is about 12, 13 quid. And he cannot even play with the card. The game simply kicks him out. Will EA ever fix this? Maybe. When? We don't know. But that is a massive problem. So that is 2 things there with 2 new features that has glitches that makes me only think what more is there still to find out in the future. So there is an issue with gameplay. Gameplay that I have an issue with is the fact that yes, you can play in the lower divisions or drafts or early FUT champs and you can experience what resembles football. If you play against anyone that's at any sort of high enough level where they don't care about the football and they care more about rewards, then you find that people all play the same way. Now, there's a great video here by Inception. I highly recommend you go check it out. It's a fantastic video. And what's happened is the fact that at any high level, it's incredibly easy to take advantage of the mechanics of the game. There's a 71 rated depth custom tactic, which means that your players can very much perfectly mark out your opponent's players, which is a massive thing to do if you're doing it on purpose. But the way that they've done it means that anyone can really do it, and it takes little to no effort or skill. At any top level, people are just resorting to playing down the sides and switching the ball left and right and left and right and left and right. I insist, go and watch any top level FIFA gameplay on Twitch, on YouTube. Go and watch some pro gameplay, and you'd find that a lot of these guys play in the same way, in the very same way, which is predominantly going down a byline and cutting it back, because that is the main way to get past teams that's got any sort of higher level. If they can defend pretty well, then they gotta go down the sides, because in midfield there's barely anything going on. Again, check out this video by Inception. Great video. It goes into it very well on what is the fundamental problems with the gameplay. He can explain it a lot better than me, but from what I've experienced, when you play against a player that is a more reward-based player, a meta player, a rat as some people like to call, then they play in the same way, which they just go down the byline and try to run down the wing and cut it back over and over and over again, because it is the easiest way to score goals. It's not football when you reach a level where you're reaching a top level of rivals, right? And the thing is with gameplay is that I can't really prove it to you, because you kind of have to feel the game. So if you play the game a lot, then you would know what I mean. But there's just this weird thing that sometimes the players just feel so slow. Feet have got bricks attached to them and they just can barely even move, and they play like they're drunk, they're on ice. And again, I can't really explain it in any other way, because you kind of have to play it to really feel it. But if you play the game, then you know what I mean. It happens so often, and that is the frustrating thing, because there are times that the gameplay is good. There are times that the gameplay is actually good, that they feel good, but it's inconsistent. And for that reason, I don't know what the issue is. I know it's not just a me thing that I'm living, in Central Europe. Therefore, that means that I get maybe worse gameplay. I'm not close to the servers. Let's get into game modes here. Now, game modes, there's a problem with the cycle of the game. People complain, and so do I, about the content, and that the content for me is what has pretty much killed the game, as it means that people are so reliant on this content that without it they feel lost. And EA has done this since FIFA 20, I think is what I say. They've really upped up their game of content with relying on it. They don't bother to improve any other aspect of their game. So what are the game modes? Well, there's rivals, there's battles, there's foot champs, there's moments, and there's friendlies. Now, and foot draft too. Now, foot draft is a coin sink. Even if you win, you're probably still not making any money, because barely anyone is worth anything. The pack away in this game is so low that good luck packing anything that is potentially worth more than 10, 15k. If you do, then you are incredibly lucky. So foot champs is just a waste of time. Battles is great purely for objectives. I think that's the main cause of it. I do battles to do objectives and evolutions when I need to. I like that. I like the fact that there is that safe haven there, that at least not everything is online. But I guess some people do enjoy playing offline game modes. So at least for some people, they do enjoy battles. They do enjoy playing your top 100 battles, going for those big packs. There's a community there. I'm not going to disrespect them. That's there for a reason. Friendlies, I think they could do a lot more of it. They could do some little objectives, and I think it would be cool to give people a bit of a breather of playing against the same teams. I hope they can give some nice little rewards through objectives, that you can enjoy the game more, play with different teams, and you could get some little packs on the way. Like what EA did with the foot draft stuff a couple of years ago or last year, that 2-3 wins you get on foot draft, you get little additional packs to kind of build up your club. And that's very important, because I'll go into it later on. Fodder is something that people desperately need, because there are objectives, quite a lot actually, with the season objectives. You can get packs, but we'll get into it later on why this is a problem in terms of trying to really progress your team in the game. I do think there's some more things they could do with friendlies. However, are they going to bother with that? Probably not, but I do think there's some potential there. Now, rivals. I don't play rivals unless if I have to do evolutions. I don't want to play rivals for any other reason other than that, because simply put, I want to do evolutions for my team. Trying to get an evolution for Josh Brownhill, who's 75 rated in a higher division, is going to be a nightmare. And right now I'm just in Division 5, I could be maybe in Div 3 or something. I'm not actually that good at the game anymore because I just want to play casually. Well, I say casually, I'm on level 39, but I don't want to play for the meta of the game. I don't, because I don't enjoy that. However, each time I'm playing as a rat, it's making me really want to just say screw it and just go down that avenue. I'm trying my best to hold in deep here, but it's getting harder game by game here. So because with evolutions, they have certain things that you've got to complete 5 wins in just rivals or champs. I guess it can be achievable in champs qualification, which is definitely easier than rivals if you're in a high division. Rivals for me, the higher you get up, the least enjoyable it gets. It's not enjoyable when you get to a higher level. It's a nightmare, and anyone that's played at any level higher than Division 4, maybe Division 3, let's say Div 4, you know that once you get to Div 4, it becomes just a nightmare, really. And that's why I'm trying my best to stay out of that as for long as I can, really. If you get your 3 wins, or maybe even 7 wins in rivals, then you have enough to get your pack on Thursday, and there's no other need to really play any more than that. And then there's FUT Champions, FUT Champs. Look, it's really the main thing that keeps me coming back, because Champs is easier enough that I can get the decent packs, like 9 wins, maybe even 11, which I'm okay with. Even if it's 7, I don't mind too much. Like, it's very easy to get these very good packs. For me, anyway, I don't speak about half of everyone, but I find that most people don't really fail to get 7 wins at least, or 5. I do really miss the old FUT Champs ranking system. I've already gone into that, but yeah, this elite, this rank 5, rank 6, 2, 3, it's just boring to me. I wish we had the gold and elite, because for me that meant something. You know, it actually was an achievement to get like a 3 times inform pack. Now, of course, now it's player picks, but it just felt like you achieved something to get elite. Now it's just like, I don't even know what rank you even get anymore. I think it's rank 5, maybe. No one really cares about any sort of ranks anymore, which for me kind of defeats the purpose. Oh no, when you do play the game, it's just to get fodder. It's just to get these packs and then go and try and complete SBCs. And this is where we get into the next part now, is that it's so hard to get fodder to do the SBCs that you want, because all the SBCs are very expensive. So let's say, for example, I played them on Son, there were Rigo. There's so many SBCs that are pretty good SBCs that you'd actually want to go and do. To get the fodder for that, it's very hard without spending the store packs that we've not even gone into yet. To do the game without spending the store packs is a grind, to say the least. I mean, I've played the game quite a lot in the last 2 weeks to try and get the Son card, and I've only completed a 188 rated team and an 86. I'm close to getting an 88 again, and once I get that, then maybe I'll be on the way there. However, without putting any money in the game, it's really hard to try to achieve it. It's just tough to really accumulate the SBCs that you need to get whatever you want. Now, of course, you may say, well, you can't get every single SBC, and that's fine, but I think the balance with the store packs also existing means that they basically are strong arming you, in that you can go through this grind or just open this pack and get an 86 and an 87 instantly, you know, and that builds up over time. Now, of course, you're not even guaranteed to get enough high raters to get one of these SBCs done. You know, to get a Son and an 87 rated team, you're not guaranteed that by completing one of these packs. You're not, which is a shame, because you're spending a lot of money on them. EA, of course, lost the FIFA name, and they're trying their best to grab as much money as they can. Hence why these store packs now exist more and more. And I think that's a serious problem. I think it is, because this is the first month of the game, and you're seeing packs with 30, 40, 50 plus players. I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I saw a pack with 80 gold rare players. 80. In the first month of the game, there's already been a hero SBC. There's gonna be an icon SBC in the next couple of days. Having options is a good thing. Having options of what SBC to do. Is it worth doing this Blanc, or worth going for the hero, the icon SBC? You know, I guess not everyone should have every single option, but when you have a pack in store every single day, which gives you a massive shortcut, then there's no wonder why people are concerned. Of course, there is a ton of glitches in the game. Menu glitches is a massive one when it comes to just the game menu just glitching all the time when you simply just exist, just trying to flick through or buy cars on the market, it just freezes pretty much and you can't do anything about it. That happens on quite a regular occasion. And of course there's other weird things like goalkeepers being just really weird and passing the ball backwards or just letting the ball go through them. People will start leaving the game. That's typically how it works around November time, and it may come back for Team of the Year. I mean, the evolutions may keep me playing it and to seeing how things go, but tell me your thoughts down below in the comments here. With FIFA, I kind of just nothing it. Like, I kind of just don't really feel any sort of sadness or happiness. It's just a kind of a constant state of just neutral. And that's just kind of where I'm at with it. Tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time.